All right. Heck yeah. All right. We are live. And so for those of you that join or watching later, I'm Sid Graff at the Huge Convention. This is a live stream where we get to introduce our speakers and some of our vendors for the Huge Convention. And we have JC and Angela Chanowsky with us with Unique Genius, which you are both the speaker and a vendor for the Huge Convention this week. Next week.
Next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's here already. I can't believe it's been a year. I don't even know how many times I've been, but it is one of my favorite events to go to, and excited to have another conversation with you. I feel like right around the same time every year, we're sitting here talking to you about why you need to be at the Huge, and let's do it one more time. And then we'll do it one more time next year.
We'll do it again and again. All right. So I mentioned jokingly, I have 27 questions, probably only 20, but with the Huge Convention, do you recall what location it was at the first time you went?
I went to Atlanta probably for the first time.
Atlanta. Okay. And I know the Huge has been in Atlanta twice.
Yes.
You were there in 2021.
Yeah, I went to both of them. Yeah. Okay. I think it wasn't Atlanta, Branson, Atlanta, and then it went to Nashville.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Atlanta that you went to, and I was there, I think that was the first year I was MC for the event. And the ballroom and the breakout room stuff were in the basement. And it had these low ceilings, and it was the weirdest thing. Josh Latimer spoke, and he was doing purple unicorn giveaways, and but the way the stage was laid out, the room was like 50 feet deep and 200 feet wide, and the stage was on one end of the room. So like the 120 people that were in front of the stage was awesome. Everybody else, like the other 500 people that were way to the left, it was terrible. The audio echoed like crazy. And that was when I realized, like, actually, it's a really great group of people, because even though it was a lousy experience, the audio was terrible, people were really cool. They're like, no, this is great. We're just excited to be here. So,
yeah, I mean, getting people together, that share the same interest, the same business and all that stuff, like, there's always going to be something that goes wrong, but
sure.
Not forcing, but allowing the opportunity, and by the Huge providing the opportunity for people to come here. And now you guys are going to Orlando this year, which is pretty exciting. First time at that Gaylord. It just creates more opportunities for people to be able to network, to learn, to explore new products and everything like that. So, sometimes you got to drown out the bad. I mean, it can't be worse than a whole expo room smelling like doo-doo. But there's always going to be a hiccup along the way, but you got to find the positive and everything.
Yeah, we had that. I think it was either the same year or the following. We had a visitors day for the mastermind, and we were like 50 people in a room, and we start at 8 o'clock, and at 8:30 the jackhammer starts. Like,
that's the worst.
It felt like it was on the next wall, and it's like, and we're like, okay, but this is like, as you know, entrepreneurship, running business, like some things you've got your game plan, and then something happens and it doesn't go according to plan. So I want to, this is probably the right time. I think we should start off tonight with a happy dance. Is this the dancing guy?
That's funny. I never danced.
He never dances, and he started off his birthday video with a dance.
Okay, perfect. I came across that as, let's see, this thing is loading. That's us. Well, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to show us. I was looking for, I recently saw the picture. You guys were in the Philippines with the Unique Genius crew, and you had your summit. And I was like, holy smokes, there's a lot of people. It seemed like last year that the photo was taken and everybody was on the stairs, and there were like 35 people. Or maybe that was year before last, but I was like, wow, that's an explosive growth. I would really like to hear about the growth of Unique Genius, and like how many people do you guys have on your team now? And how many people are you helping? Because I mean, it just keeps growing. I'm really excited about that.
It does. And we have over 200 people on our team and business owners that we're helping, because we do one-on-one placement. So every time we get a new client, they get a dedicated strategic partner that works for them and only for them. And we do have a lot of clients that are bigger and scaling, and they use us as their cost-effective solution to scale. So as they get big, they get one person that's in their office and answering the phone and doing things. And we have up to $250 million companies that were like, we're the easy button to answer every single thing on their back end.
Yeah.
But it is exciting. You did see less of a person. And when I met JC and the first huge convention that we were at, he's just like, why are you building so slowly? Why is this smaller? Why aren't you scaling this? And I'm like, we are scaling this, but we very intentionally built a very deep and wide foundation in the Philippines so we could be sure of what we delivered, and building a very robust culture. He laughs at that word, but in the beginning, it was smaller, and I could have scaled and went crazy, but it was about developing our reputation there, our culture there, what we were delivering there, what we could deliver for our clients, so that when we scaled and got big like we are, that we could deliver what we promised, and that people were getting a dedicated professional, not what everyone else is out there doing, not just giving you somebody, but somebody that is skilled over the top, and that our back end of what we have and deliver for our clients and our people in the Philippines was next level, like no one else is doing.
Okay, cool. Now, I want to ask you more about that. Also have to ask about the Freedom Blueprint and about firing yourself. But before I do, we got some people jumping on live. So everybody that you're joining us live, thank you for hopping in. Say hello to JC and Angela. Show them that I've got some thumbs up. Hit the hearts. Post in the comments who's here and where you're from, so we see who's joining us live. And then when you have questions later, we'll be able to answer all your questions.
Are we giving away? Can we give away some free tickets? Maybe if anybody's joining and wants to go. And
yeah, I've got 2 free tickets to give away this evening.
Sweet.
So, yes.
Yeah.
And it's today's Tuesday. 1 week from tomorrow, we kick off the pre-show classes, and then the next day, trade show, the keynotes, the whole big thing. That before we dig into it, it's very exciting. And this is the first time at the Gaylord Palms. I haven't been to that property yet, but I was scoping it out today online and I was like, this is the only hotel in the world that has a pirate ship in the lobby or in the building.
Pirate outfits?
Yeah. There's a pirate ship in the, it's got the big atrium. It's probably overall, it's maybe half the size of the Gaylord in Nashville.
Okay.
Which for those of us that got, like 27,000 steps a day at the property.
It's a good thing. Yeah, actually a good thing. It's smaller because you get lost in that one.
That is true. 27,000 steps a day is not an underestimate, Sid.
That's all. Yeah, exactly. Who knew Dan was going to hop in?
Hey, Dan.
Where's my beer?
Good. That photo was at our wedding.
Yeah, that is at our wedding.
Sweet. That's cool.
Even better.
That's cool. I see it was a beach wedding.
It was on the Intercoastal in North Carolina in December, and the actual wedding, Angela was brave. Like it was a toss up. It was like 48 degrees outside. She's out there in her wedding dress, and we had an option to do it inside. She's like, no, we're doing it outside. We have everybody here, and we're gonna do it. And she braved it out for like 28 minutes during the whole I do kind of thing, and everybody was happy, and we're done. So it was a beautiful wedding.
That's cool. Well, yeah, congratulations again on that.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to skip ahead to one of my questions. We'll come back to Thirsty Dan in a minute. One question I have is like, you guys work so closely together as as a married couple working really closely together. Dang it, I wrote my question down. Operating a business along with your spouse, like it tends to expose all the weaknesses in communication. So where's a specific area you've had to learn, maybe the hard way, to step back and let each other let your unique genius shine without interfering with one another?
Well, I think one thing that's really helped is defining our roles. Like, I think we both went into this relationship with horrible past relationships, so we knew like what didn't work. And then when we met in Vegas in 2023, we were both like on course for the same vision in life. Like, we're both very fitness oriented. We both had our own businesses growing 7 figures, both very driven, both love to travel. So a lot of things were very in line. There's really not much that we don't disagree on. So that really made it super easy for us. And then people ask, like, when do you shut it off? And we really don't ever shut it off, whether at dinner, when we wake up, we're at the gym, we'll text each other, whatever it is, because we always go to the gym every day together, but we do our own workouts. So we're very fortunate that our communication is so open that there is no filter and everything. There's no blocking anything. I've very transparent about, just some personal issues I've gone through with depression, everything. Angela's always the first person that's there for me to able to lift me up, help me, support me, vice versa, all those things. So we're very, I guess, what's the word I want to say? Not special, but just like to be able to have that relationship where we can work together, work out together, travel together, do life together. And there's never a moment where we need to turn off or be away from each other. But one of the things I was saying in the beginning is, like, we both have clear defined roles in our marriage as far as our home life. We call it domestic and foreign. What do we call it? Just domestic and foreign roles. Yeah. So anything like, sometimes, like, I thought you were going to do this. I thought you had this. I thought you had this. I love the traveling. She loves it too, but she loves being the queen to show up and not to worry about everything. So once we leave the zip code, we say, I handle everything. I handle all the flights, the travel, the restaurants, all that stuff. At home, Angela's domestic. She handles all the cooking. She loves to cook. It's not that I don't want to cook. She just loves to cook it, and handling like all the stuff within the house. So we both have these very clear, defined roles. And then we'll joke. If I have a question, she'll say, hey, that's foreign. You deal with that. And I'll go vice versa. Like, we're home. You need to cook. That's domestic. You deal with that. So having those roles really helped. I think we figured that out like 2 years ago, like just jokingly. And then we just kind of use it all the time. But the communication is the biggest thing and
we have support. When we say at home, like, we have a house manager, we do things, but like I organize and I'm in charge of, just like in a business. I guess we treat our marriage a lot like a business. Somebody has accountability and ownership for all the things. It's not like you can't raise your hand and ask for help, but like I can hire help for anything, but like I own those roles. There are funny things amongst it. In the beginning, we found things that were very different. And I'm going to say, like, we're speaking at the Huge this year. And the first time we spoke together, we realized some very funny things. We prepare for speeches very differently. I was a very polished speaker. And at the time we first met, like, I was getting paid a lot to do keynote speeches. Like, the highest I've ever been paid. Like, I would get $10,000, $20,000 a keynote speech. Like, that's what I did. I prepared, I took classes, I did things, and I spoke on stages, and I had a very regimented, like, I'm doing this. I rehearsed, I did things, I had coaches. And the first time we spoke together, he's like, I was going to go on and wing it and do the thing. And I was like, nah.
I think we rehearsed like 30 minutes.
And I'm dying, right? Like, so there are funny parts in our alignment where I have learned, and we've come to coexist, and we have a very fun energy. It's unique for people to speak together. Not very many people see a couple speak together, or people speak on a topic together, and we've learned to do it together. But it's funny, since we're talking about us speaking, it's probably been one of the biggest areas of conflict in our relationship. As we began to speak together, I was like, we're preparing for this for 6 months in advance. And he's like, or maybe 6 minutes.
And I just want to, like, piggyback. She said support. We talked about a house manager, which you don't have a house manager. Anybody should look into getting a house manager. It's one of the best hires we've had externally from our business. But we also both have executive partners that manage our lives every single day, that hold us accountable for anything, like, signing up for the Huge, signing up for a vendor, being able to get all that information so that we don't have to focus on those little details that, like, drown us in the noise, if you will. That having our executive partners are able to handle all that for us and then report back to us. Or if we have questions, instead of us going to do all the research and wasting valuable time on things that we don't need to be doing, finding emails, finding out how much a booth costs, things like that, we just let our executive partners handle all for that and then come back to us with a report. And I mean, Angela's new executive partner is absolutely incredible. I mean, she comes back with, like, so much information. It's show season right now for us. We got 3 or 4 shows lined up, and she's coming back with information about how many people will be at the show, the general audience, like all the stuff that we probably wouldn't have thought about, she's already reporting back to us before we even think about it. So having the executive partner help manage our lives makes our lives easier or more manageable and less stressful, so that we can really enjoy what we love doing, which is traveling, speaking to business owners and having fun and helping other business owners, and not worry about those little details that often drown business owners with that mundane task of like, I got to do all this. I didn't have time to do anything else that's really important. So that's really a key part to our relationship, is having that external support to hold us accountable and keep us on check.
Have you ever gotten into an argument where you have your executive partner argue with her executive partner, and then you do it like a real estate transaction? You're like,
we're getting better and better now that right now we have executive partners that work really well together, and we do crack up that we circulate things through them. I mean, and not arguments, but just trying to learn ways that like we no longer need to manage details that they could manage together, just like in a business. Like, how do we do that in a marriage? Like, we don't need to discuss what can we possibly get off our plate that doesn't need to be a discussion between us.
And you don't really think about how much you're really dealing with in a day until you start letting go of those tasks, and then open up more time to really deal with the things you need to be doing. And again, a lot of these business owners come to the huge, a lot of owner operators are scaling to 500,000. I mean, they're so caught up in the weeds and the bottleneck, like they just don't realize how much they're doing until they finally delegate those things. And then anytime I ever talk to anybody that's ever hired anybody, whether it's internally or a strategic partner, the first thing I ever say is, why didn't I do this sooner? And that's, again, we're so grateful for having that in our business, but also in our relationship to help manage our lives. So again, we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. It's not surprising. It's normal. But at the huge convention, you're on main stage and here's 1,500 people. And the amount of people that get up to go take a phone call, they're stepping out of the room, they're ringing, like, hold on. You go out in the hallway and there's 50 guys out there going, and they're trying to run their business from somewhere else.
And it's not even about that, just for like the people that go out and take a phone call. It's the people that are on there and you're not listening and fully present with the speaker because you're texting someone.
Yeah. So I had to chuckle with, so we have our business, and I've got a manager, and we've got an assistant, and we got a remote, and I've got an assistant that helps me every year with setting up all the live streams. Because my vision, or the way I like to see it run is, my job is to show up and press play, and then I stop, and everything before and after is handled. And we scheduled 24 live stream interviews, and so far one interview was sent a confirmation for the wrong date with the wrong link, and that was you guys. It was like, what? In it, I'm thinking, okay, first part of a conversation is gonna go, you need to get a better assistant, Sid.
We're sitting here, we're like, wait, Sid is really good, and if he's late, he normally texts us, and then like as I said that, you text us, and hey, we're here. So again,
things happen with however it is, and it's
yeah. All right. So this overlaps unique genius in the work that you do with the work that JC's familiar with in your background with a home service business and exterior cleaning and holiday lights, so everybody can relate to it. What are the areas that people need to get out of their own way first? I mean, you said got a strategic partner, and like, oh my God, why didn't I do this sooner? So what are the first things you got to offload?
I mean, the CSR and the phone is the first thing to do. Like, if you are the owner operator, and I say this all the time, if you are literally spending marketing dollars and you're the owner operator and you're not answering your phone, and that phone call goes to a voicemail, you've already missed out. You already missed the opportunity to talk to that client. You're just burning marketing dollars and just absolutely wasting anything. So if you are the one answering the phone, that is the first thing you need to give up. The phone thing, I feel, is the most distracting thing for a business owner. Sid, if I come to your house and I'm giving you an estimate, my phone's ringing because a client wants to use my services, do I tell you to hang on while I talk to this other client, or do I just put that and let it go to voicemail and pray that they're going to wait for my phone call to call back? Because I know if I call a business and I need their services and I get a voicemail, if you don't have time to answer my phone, then you don't have time for anything during the service. So I'm not even going to use you. You can call me back. I'm going on to the next person. So I really think that the first thing, is the phone, because there's so many missed opportunities. And let's look at our Christmas light business. Our average ticket is $2,250, $2,250. And our closing percentage is 50%. So if I miss 4 phone calls, I'm possibly missing out on $4,500 of revenue because this is going to a voicemail. So why would I not invest in my company to hire somebody to be answering those phone calls? Let's not even, I mean, we can get into the social media posting, the follow-ups, the important of following up with a client, because if they don't say yes now, it could be a yes tomorrow. It could be a yes in 3 weeks from now. But if we're not following up with them because we're so busy doing everything else, again, you're missing out on opportunities, the review ask, the referral ask. There's so many different things in that CSR role that a strategic partner can be doing for you to free up time so you could be doing the important things, those high-level tasks. Because if you ask me when was the last time I answered a phone for my business, it's been a very long time. And it's not because I'm better than that. It's just my time doesn't need to be on the phone talking to a client saying, hey, this is JC. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't even know how to operate our CRM. I couldn't even tell you how to input it. I'd be a waste of time if I answer the phone. And that's a good thing. Like, the business owner does not need to know every single thing. They need to know how to operate the business. You hire people, they figure that out. But going straight into that CSR role with a strategic partner is the fastest way to start increasing revenue, get more leads sold, and have more fans coming back, raving fans coming back, because you did a great job. And that's the whole part of the experience, the initial phone call, the estimate, the follow-up, the scheduling, the follow-up after the job's been done, like all those different touch points that somebody else other than you could be doing for you in your business to help you generate revenue.
And that's funny, ironic that, people have a hard time letting that go. I know I did, but
we all did.
Realize that the strategic partner, or like the right person handling that CSR role, they're better than you. They're better than the owner, and they're dedicated to it. So they're not going to miss it because they're on a ladder or drop the phone in a bucket of bleach or any other thing. Like, it's going to be handled properly. And if it needs to escalate, it can always escalate. Yeah. What's the biggest pushback you hear from people going, well, I don't want someone offshore answering my calls? And then what's the reality? Because I've experienced it both ways.
Yeah, we get that. And their main concern is, like, they're going to get Tom from India. Like, when you call Verizon, you're getting someone from India that you can't understand, and you're already frustrated. And we do an incredible job finding strategic partners in the Philippines with an incredible voice that, I mean, I've had Ronnie with me. This will be her 4th year coming up now. And I want to say maybe 3 people have said, let me speak to somebody in the US. And that's probably the number one hurdle, like, the voice. And we do a really good job. If you say you want a forward-facing client or a strategic partner talking to a client, we're going to get you a very well-spoken person from the Philippines, speaks English very well, has a great, amazing accent. And it's no different than if they're in your office. So that's probably the number one objection that we get all the time.
Yeah. And then what's the reality once people utilize the service, and then now they've got experience with their clients talking to the CSR that's remote?
The people that give it time are blown away, right? Like, we all think that we can do it best. I'm guilty of this. It took me a long time to give away sales in this business, because you think you can talk about your business the best. And you're right. No one is going to replace you and your authentic thing, but you can't scale that way. You can't build your business that way. And they are incredible and amazing when you give it time. And the suggestion is, like, you need to hire somebody now. You need to hire somebody in September. You do not need to hire somebody on October 15th and throw them into the trenches. Like, that's ridiculous, whether you're hiring somebody from the Philippines or whether you're hiring somebody in your office. But the percentages, the numbers, you can train this person, and more exponentially because of AI, because of being able to train bots that allow them to get trained and answer questions and things like that. And they turn your prospects, speed to lead, developing relationships, closing, the number of percentage that you will close from the leads that you get, and maximizing those leads and closing them. And then the ability that you have to turn those clients, because of the personal touch points, into raving fans, it's exponential every single time. And that when you put someone in that role, whether it's a strategic partner with us, whether it's someone that you hire that is dedicated to this, turning every lead not only into a client, but that client into a raving fan, having a dedicated person doing all those personal touches to close them, and then to do the happy call, to do the follow-up, to make them feel special. I always say, like, in any service, most of the people, we all mow the lawn the same. We all put the paint on the same. We all
Yeah.
wash the house the same. We all pretty much put on the same lights. Your client's experience is with who they talk to on the phone and how they felt seen, heard, and developed a relationship. And those personal touches are never going to replace AI.
Mhm.
And that is their relationship with your company. And when you can turn those people into a relationship and raving fans, you don't need to spend marketing dollars. Your people are your voice. And that's the biggest difference people see.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm
Sid,
going to chime in on that. Go ahead.
Do you see, let me see if I can get this to clearly
Get close.
show. No, you're not gonna be able to see it. Anyway,
Pretty
I was
tiny
trying to
for me.
show my CRM. It was April 2024. We did $110,578.10 revenue, all remotely with a strategic partner in the Philippines, doing all our admin.
And that was her first year.
That was her first. We had
Oh, wow.
zero first people in the office. She answered every single phone call, scheduled every job, sent every invoice, communicated with every team member on the team because it wasn't me doing it. Any issue, any comment, any concern, all remotely, one person with a strategic partner from Unity Jeans. $110,000. Imagine doing that in your business. I didn't think it was possible until I was forced into that situation because we lost our in-person office manager. But $110,000 remotely with one person.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. So my experience has been, and a lot of people end up seeing the same thing. It's like the culture, the work ethic in the Philippines. So the folks that are becoming remote VAs, they care so much.
Mhm.
And I've put them like side by side with the new hire local and then someone that's offshore, and it's a clear winner every time. It's like they care, they show up on time. It's like super duper. We have a remote CSR, and she, the pay structure, I mean, sometimes I'll look at it and I'm like, oh man, they're not getting paid very much, but they're getting paid very well for where they are. And so we set up an upsell spiff, and like every time they get an upsell, when somebody calls in to schedule, we give them $5 spiff. And she went bananas. Like the first month we implemented that, and she had like 22,000 in upsells.
That's crazy.
Just because, like, I get $5 every single time, and we went from one upsell, or 3 upsells a week to like 3 every day.
That's
Just
incredible.
asking every single person.
Super, they're so motivated. They just want to win with you, and that's the thing. So when we were at the Philippines last month, I'll tell you about a client of ours. His name is Mike, and his strategic partner got on stage to share his experience from working with a previous company to working with us. And when he got on stage, you would have thought he owned the company. Like, he talked about the company like it was his own company, talking about why they're the best. Like, he went on, and I don't know how long he's been working with Mike for.
Not very long.
But his passion, getting on stage in front of all the 200 other strategic partners to talk about his love for his client and like everything.
Why we're the best in the whole country.
It was so cool. Like, he was pitching us to buy lights from him. But like, they truly, truly are so bought into you. And once you start working with somebody for the Philippines, and there's a lot of people that have bad experiences. It's easy to go out there and try to spend $3 or $4 an hour to get a VA, and that's all you're going to get is like a low task doing person that's going to give you issues, going to be working for multiple companies and all those issues. That's why we're very different from a lot of companies out there. We're not the cheapest, we're not the most expensive, but we have so much support on the back end, like Angela talked about, to be able to provide support for you as a client, for you, our strategic partners that work with you. I mean, there's so much back there that just continue to build value in the strategic partner. And like you said, they care so much. I mean, outbound calls, they don't care if they get told no all day. Try telling somebody in the United States, I need you to make 50 outbound calls a day. What? No, I'm not doing that. That's, their attitude right away. You ask the strategic partner to do something like, all right, what do I need to do? And, what are my KPIs? And let's make this happen.
Yeah, and they just execute. Hey, let's pause for a second. I got to say hi to everybody that popped in. So hello to Tom. Good to see you.
Hey, Tom.
And Benjamin. I don't know Benjamin.
Dude's on the roll right now, especially working out. He's a beast.
All right. Good. Barry Little, always on, ready for the huge.
Barry's got some great content out there.
Jason down there in Florida, making it work. So good to see you. Jason, is everybody coming? Your whole family coming again? Andrew and Christine? I hope so. And Gino. I haven't seen Gino in a hot minute.
Gino, you better be coming. This is your neck of the woods.
I know, you just like drive. I was going to say, just, it's not very far. It's probably 100 miles for Gino, which might be 4 hours in Florida, depending on what's going on. All right. This is a question for you, JC. And there was 70.3. What is this?
Not
Is that a cycling?
Half Ironman. I did one last year
Okay.
with zero training, and it broke me physically, mentally, and spiritually. But no, I'm not doing one this year. I haven't done any tries this year. I just talked about that with something the other day.
Yeah.
Next year, I'll do one, but not this year. We are going to Running Man Fest. That's a whole different story with Jesse Itzler and
Sarah
Sarah
Blakely.
Blakely, but that's another story.
Yeah. Do they well, I won't even make jokes. I really like Jesse Itzler stuff.
So do I. You
He's
should come
hilarious.
with us, Sid. Just come. I don't
When
mind.
is this?
Middle September, I think.
2 weekends from now. You get to hang out with Jesse for the whole weekend. We'll send you details.
Okay, please do. That
Okay.
might just be a lot of fun. I'm taking my wife to Manhattan for a long weekend, and maybe it's not the same weekend.
Ooh, that's
Maybe it's
fun.
not. Yeah. Oh, we love
Yeah.
Manhattan
Yeah,
for a
I'll
weekend. We'll
send
send you
a-
some
yeah, a
recommendations.
good steakhouse too.
Okay, cool.
It's
Cool.
one of our favorite long weekends. So I want to
All right.
piggyback on what we just said for a hot second. A difference in, and this isn't the sales pitch, or maybe it is, but
Always be closing, babe.
and people use strategic partners, or they use people locally. And a lot of the thing is business owners are investing in going to the huge for themselves. We're investing in things to gain for ourselves. But how often do you invest in your people? Are you bringing your people to the huge? Are you putting your people in masterminds to support them? And that is the thing that we do differently. That is our biggest thing. Not only have we invested so much in our culture that we attract top talent, but all of our people we don't just say, hey, good luck with your person. We keep them in a mastermind. So when we went to the Philippines, JC brought Christmas lights. He brought all the product. We teach them that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
All of our Christmas light people are on weekly meetings with each other. We bring in experts the last 2 weeks on this is how, like, hours of training on what C9s are, what minis are. Our roofing clients are like, this is how to train on a pitch. This is how our estimators are trained on software. All of the different software and CRMs, like they are trained from the source. And then they're constantly a part of a mastermind and rooms and people. Just like we're all coming to the huge together, we fly over to the Philippines and get people in the same room to learn from each other and do that. And that's just not like, why use us because our people do that, but do you do that for your people and not just for yourself?
Yeah. Well, and I've seen quite a few different, large and small VA companies. I've never seen anybody do what you just described, where like with your teams in the Philippines to fly over and put them together and spend the time like that, which I think is quite unique.
And if you have just a claim to this as well, like a lot of people have like, I have people, I use them, I love my people. We do an adoptee program that is large, just like our company is. So if you have people, you already have somebody in your home service company, you have VAs that you use in lighting, home service, and anything, you can adopt them into our program, which lots of people do. If you want them to be able to come to the summit, if you want them to be able to do in-person hands-on lights training, if you want them to learn AI from the best of the people in the US, if you want them to have a culture of people that they can like go to regional in-person events, go to an in-person Christmas party with other people in the home service space, we do an adoptee program as well. And we don't steal them from you. Like they are your person.
Yeah.
You get them as your person. You just get to adopt them into a culture.
That's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna frame this one up, and this will probably where we'll spend the rest of our time. So, with the generally speaking, the owner is the bottleneck because first of all, they're wearing all the hats and they think nobody can do it the way I can. And it really becomes. I've said publicly and gotten some backlash. That's lazy. It's lazy for you to do all the work yourself, but it's not physically lazy. Excuse me. It's mentally lazy because. All it takes is not all it takes. What needs to happen is you have to download your brain. You have to like offload your skill into a written process that somebody else can follow and then find somebody to follow the process. And it's wild that you can almost always, you find someone that just focuses on one aspect of what you've been doing, and they're so much better than you are at it because that's their sole focus. With that, I really get excited when I see people innovating or adapting new ways to offload more. And it's not strange in the big corporate world, but you see it in a corporate sort of structure. Like you got a boss and they tell everybody what to do and it floats down. For, us with boots on the ground and JC and hanging Christmas lights, like it takes a while to start saying, no, somebody else can do that. Somebody else can do that. And then you have to take time to train them. So here's what I want to ask you. As an example, you were online with James Hatfield just earlier today with LiveSwitch. And I think LiveSwitch is a phenomenal product. And have you utilized that to give bids virtually using that product? We tested it toward the end of the season last year and was really excited about it. But like, what a great way to expand yourself. And there's a follow-up question to it. First of all, have you guys utilized it, or are you guys just testing it?
So I did when we first met James a couple of years ago, and it's phenomenal. Like when we were trying to do everything more remote, we lost our salesperson, everything like that. It was a great tool, great asset, be able to get everything we needed without anybody having to leave. I still am a firm believer on in-person estimates, so getting somebody out there to talk to the customer. But there's so many people out there that don't have a salesperson, can't train anybody, don't have the resources. Maybe they're more rural and they have to drive an hour each way, things like that. Phenomenal product. Like the live we just did with James and actually walking through it, he put the conversation I had while I walked around my own house and was able to literally measure my roof line for Christmas lights. And he got within 8 feet by the AI that captured it. And he didn't even talk to the AI to say that, hey, this is a Christmas light company. We need an estimate. It was a general contractor as a demo. But that tool right there for the price, a phenomenal resource to be able to do it, have a strategic partner or have somebody in your home do it. Or even if you've got a stay-at-home wife that answers the phone for you, to never have to leave the office and be able to get estimates out to a client like within 30 minutes. Like you're on the phone with them, walking through, and you're able to give a price right there and have everything documented, video, pictures, set up in your CRM and everything. I absolutely love it. Like what they're doing and what they've done over the last few years and where they're going with it. It's incredible.
We have a lot of clients having huge success with it. There are markets, I think like Texas, Dallas is an example. Like you don't have time. You have to get an estimate, like a rendering and an estimate out in
fast
an hour.
Right now.
No joke.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a new, that's a plus on the speed to lead concept. Usually speed to lead is like, I got a call within 60 seconds.
No, like you have to, they want
have an estimate complete.
They want a picture of their entire house. And with this software, I think especially with James and Sarah, the last one we did, Holiday Home Concepts, with those two paired together, like you can get somebody can call you, your strategic partner can get them out a beautiful rendering of their house and a price like in less than an hour.
That's wild.
And they will go with you. Like, that's it. They will go. And you can be on a video call with them, having a conversation, closing them. You just need the right person that can close them, right? It's a sales conversation instead of somebody answering the phone. But
yeah. Just when I saw you doing that, and I immediately thought of like, if somebody wanted to just build a business and not be the everything guy, you got that. They could take that component, have your strategic partner, and just like boom, 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 let's go. You could enter how many markets at the same time?
How many markets at the same time? It is opening the door for what people are doing with AI. Like you can be a person behind a computer, open a thing, have a strategic partner, use those two softwares, and actually like outsource the install, right? Like you can use a roofing company or use a pressure washing company or use somebody else and be like, okay, we're outsourcing these installs, but you can sell all day with a strategic partner and those two software. Like you can just sell product as long as you can control the quality of your work.
Sid, it was funny you mentioned, how many hats a business owner has. And I actually have some hats here that we had made because people don't realize how many hats they wear in a given day as a business owner to be able to like go through all the different things. And it adds up real quick that sometimes you got to take a hat off and put a hat back on. But like, it's just basic stuff that a CSR, well, you can't do the technician part, but you know, all these different hats we have here, you know, hate to be the janitor, but I might have a couple more on here, but they just add up so quick.
Yeah. I wonder if, is anyone else getting anxiety when you're reading that? I'm like, no, God. All right. So, my office manager was gone for a few days, and we have, you know, she's got to back up, but I was like, let me log into your email just if anything urgent comes in, so it doesn't get an auto reply or the wrong answer and whatever, you know, something breaks, we're going to be on top of it. And she's brilliant at that. And I found out immediately, I don't know how to use our CRM. I mean, I struggled my through as like learning it for the first time. It's like, oh my gosh, I have zero business. And our salesperson said, can you just, you know, show me how to do that? And I'm like, yeah, I'll just make you a video. It'd be no problem. I got in there and went, you know what? We're going to wait till Emily's back in town because this is terrible.
This happened today. I'm out there training our sales guy, and I'm like, look, I don't know how to use it. I'm just going to show you to sell. Jessica at the office will show you how to use the CRM. Like, we'll figure that shit out later, but for now, we're going to talk about sales.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, let me mention this. Anybody on live, I have 2 tickets to give away. I'm going to give them away in just a few minutes. I have a contest that we can play, but if everybody, you know, like if you don't have a ticket yet, just put it in the comments. And if only 1 or 2 people don't have their ticket, I'll just give you the tickets.
There you go. That's easy.
And we can save
Look, so I want to piggyback because you talked about bringing your team, and I've got 3 of our team members coming down. We're driving them down and spouse, so 4 total, and then all 4 actually be there. Like, the value of bringing your team to an event like this will far exceed the financial investment it costs for you to shut the business down if you have to, and like pay for them to go down there. Because when you invest in your team and send them to events like this, 1, not only does it show they care, 2, they're going to hear more than likely the same things that you preach to your team every single day, but from a different person. And then they're like, oh my God, now it makes sense. It's not JC telling me every day I need to do this. It's not JC saying this. I'm hearing it from all these other business owners. They're going to make relationships with, I've got 2 technicians coming down, my office manager come down. So they're going to make relationships with other technicians, maybe some other business owners, more than likely some admin team out there that they can build and have their own little community and support team to lean off each other. And they're just going to feel so appreciated that they're going to come back on fire, because as business owners, I am super guilty of this. Every single time I have left a huge, I came back with a notebook and said, all right, guys, we're doing all this shit. And then nothing gets done. And nothing gets done, right? Because I have all these ideas. I heard everything, and I'm like, all right, this is what I heard. I'm trying to play the phone tag game, or the phone call,
telephone,
telephone game. And I'm trying to regurgitate what Sid told me on stage, and it's coming out like jumbled words of doo-doo. But if they're sitting in the audience and now they're like, oh my God, that makes sense. Or, oh my God, we're already doing this. And that's awesome to know that we are doing this. Like, we're actually way further ahead than I thought. And maybe some other businesses are struggling more than we thought. So maybe we're actually really good, but we could tweak a couple of things. So if you have the opportunity, I know it's next week, but that doesn't mean you still can't. I mean, I literally just decided this, Friday last week, that they're coming down there. So we already booked the freaking hotel tickets. We got the tickets for the event. They're coming down there. I'm excited because I know when they come back and they got a 9-hour drive together, and they're going to sit there and just talk about everything they heard from each other, it's just going to fire them up. And they're going to come back on fire, ready to win, and win for the team, the company, and for themselves. So if you can allow your team to go, sometimes I'd say it's better that you let them go instead of you going, because again, they're going to come back with all these great ideas. Instead of you going back and telling what they should be doing, they're going to say, boss, this is what we should be doing. And if they're fired up about it and they want to do it, then they're going to have a lot more energy to want to win and accomplish that for you.
100%. So it's kind of like there's a hidden value of getting a review for your business. Most people like, let's get reviews so we get higher ranks and people see it and it brings more business. But the hidden value is, like, if you reviewed my company, you were 100% less likely to change companies because you said, these guys are great. So when you send your people or bring them to the convention, it's not just what they learn, but my experience has been, they feel so valued.
Yes.
Because you invested in them, like, do the thing. Even if they, I have young guys, and I brought 4 one year, and they partied a little too much, but they still showed up at every event. And they came back Jet late, they were so fired up for the, for what's next. So that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
so
All
if
right.
you have the opportunity, bring your team there. I promise you the dividends that you're going to get back on that will far exceed them sitting home and wondering what you're doing and why you're gone again.
Yeah, exactly. Where you're going again. All right. This is in the comments. You guys have a booth number 434 at the huge convention.
We're back
is
by the
unique.
bar. So
You're back
as
by
you
the
walk
bar.
back there for the bar. Come
And
by.
it'll be Hildy. She's our daughter is the
Yeah, she'll be doing the sales there. So if you
connector.
see our beautiful daughter back there, come
Yeah.
grab your
Okay.
beer and stop by and say hi.
And
Yeah,
we have a
I just wanna-
$500 cash giveaway when you come and see Hildy.
Perfect. So when you walk in the front door, there's WCR. You're going to go right through this and down the main aisle toward the bar, and you're going to see Unique Genius right there. Grab a beer, come hang out. It's the perfect spot. And Hildy did I see her doing stuff with the microphone? She like 5'3" and blonde.
Yes.
Yeah, 5'7".
okay.
She's my height. She's
5'7".
5'7".
Okay.
But
Yeah,
she's a connector. She'll be at the booth and
she can tell you about everything we just talked about and even more in person. So,
all right. Last thing, I was going to land it there, but like with Hildy is the next generation, and she's gaining the benefit of all the work you put in. And so for her, it probably seems like, yeah, this is just normal. Like, of course you have a strategic partner. Of course you have people managing, like a housemate, like doing all this stuff. Like, how far do you think ahead that puts her? Like, she's standing on the shoulder of giants. So where does she get to go with life? Because you're laying a really strong foundation.
it's a great question because I mean, literally last March, we were in France or Paris, and we joked about her working with us. I'm like, that's never going to happen. Then September, she went to Spain, and she ended up taking on the lead role of sales. And since that time, she's traveled all over the world. She's helped so many business owners. Like, she's seen the back end of a lot of businesses, seeing where they're struggling, where they're the bottleneck. And at first, she really didn't have an understanding because she had no background in business. She was just going to school and working full time. But now that she's actually talking to the business owners, getting feedback from them, the ones that get onboarded with Unique Genius, and hearing all the great things that are happening, her whole attitude, her mentality. She got a degree in psychology. She's loving what she's doing in sales. She's an incredible person at that. I'm fired up for her. I don't know. It's endless right now, Sid. It really is. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity for her. Nothing against anybody who works 9 to 5, but the opportunity to be able to work for her parents and be able to have the freedom and flexibility to travel the world while being able to support other business owners, to let them learn about Unique Genius, is just an incredible opportunity for her. So I don't know. Maybe she takes over the company one day. Who knows?
it's an interesting thing. If you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, and you have kids in the various stages of kids of what that looks like. You guys, you can go look at a podcast she was on with me probably 2.5 years ago, and she thought I wasn't an entrepreneur. Literally 2.5 years ago, and she's like, "You're not an entrepreneur. I don't
You're
know
not
what
a real
everything
one."
you say online is even about," because she was a college student and looking on the outside. And I'm like, "How do you think?" And she made a statement many times, and on that podcast, she goes, "Mom, I don't know whether to think that you always work and that's your life, is that you just always work, or whether you never work and you're hardly working." And you know what I mean? And so what are we showing our kids as entrepreneurs? That's one example. Like, what are we showing our kids? Do they think that we're working all of the time and life consumes our work? Or do they think that our life is all play? And as a 22-year-old, she couldn't figure that out.
Yeah.
And I've been an entrepreneur since she was a baby. So she couldn't figure out what that meant or what that looks like. And maybe that meant I didn't do a good job of showing her and the opportunities. But as soon as she was an adult, she had worked really hard in her teenage years. She had worked really hard and made a lot of money for herself, taken a lot of things. But as soon as she had the opportunity to design her life, and that is what we are most passionate about. That's what we're talking about at the Huge, of your freedom blueprint. How do you have the courage to design a life that you want? Design a life that you want. Like, what do you want your life to look like? Don't try and go to the Huge or look at people online and say, "I want $1 million pressure washing business. I want $1 million light business. I want to achieve this in my business." But we are so passionate about how do you get the life that you want? What does that look like? And how do we help you reverse engineer a business that supports that?
Yeah.
And that is what we finally helped her figure out and show her a glimpse of when she got to travel abroad and study abroad in Spain. Is this is how I want to live my life. Oh, I can't make 6 figures in the restaurant industry and think I make a lot of money and do that, because that doesn't support the life that I want.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how do we help our kids realize the entrepreneurship? How do we help other entrepreneurs realize, like, this is the life I want? And how do I get a business that helps me live the life of my dreams?
Very cool. What are you guys speaking on Thursday or Friday?
Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday.
I think at 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday at 4.
Cool. Yeah. I'm doing a TED talk Friday morning
Nice.
to kick off the main stage. But it's the lead up to what you just described. Like, so I was hoping you guys would speak right after me, so it'd go right to it.
We can make some changes.
It's all together. All right. Well, cool. Well, I appreciate you guys so much. It's good to see you. I don't get on social media that often because I don't enjoy it a ton. But every time I do, I see my old friends, JC and Angela, and it's something on an airplane, or it's something over here, or we're in the Philippines, whatever, and I appreciate you spending time with you in real time. And I really look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Yes, can't wait. We'll be there Tuesday night. We fly from one event to go there Tuesday night, and then we'll be there for the pre-show stuff on Wednesday and hang out with everybody Thursday. So
cool.
And if you want to do a run, we're going to do a 5K run on Friday. I haven't really announced like I did last year, but we will be doing a 5K at the Huge. So
okay. What time is it? Like a 6 a.m. or 7?
It'll be early enough for everybody to get ready to go hear your speech first thing Friday morning. So we'll make sure.
Right on. Let me warmed up. Warmed up.
Yes.
Let's go. All right. Look forward to seeing you guys. Thanks for spending some time.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks, everybody.
All
See you
right.
at the Huge.
See you next week.